Hi, I'm Lisandra Brunemeier with Fallen Magnolia Makeup Artistry, and I'm here today just to show you a basic 5-minute face, a really easy, simple look that can be taken from daytime or to nighttime. It's very in style right now, something you'll see straight off the fall fashion runway in 2010. The number one step you always want to do is moisturize. You can do something simple as just a basic moisturizer, or you can use a primer, whichever you prefer. Primers are great because they help actually keep the makeup on your skin longer. And when you apply it, if you do just a little bit of massage to your face, you'll actually help your face look more rejuvenated and fuller. There's several techniques you can use that are really simple. Some just like depotement, just lightly tap your face like that. Or you can lightly just brush your skin upward, never downward. We don't want to help the wrinkles. That's going to give her face a nice supple look. And it's also going to help the makeup actually set into her face instead of sitting on top of the face, which ends up looking cakey, dry, and just all around not very good. Because we're just doing a simple face, I'm going to do face first, cheeks, then eyes, where when you're doing a dark eye, I always recommend doing the dark eye first because you are going to have fallout to the bottom and it's just going to ruin whatever makeup you did underneath. I'm just using a stick cover-up. It's very chalky, so it's not something you want to use all over the place because it will set funny. So you just want to kind of go into little areas where you see a little bit of redness or discoloration and just kind of dot it on. Use your finger to blot it together, like so. Or you can use a sponge, like so. Don't worry about blending it in perfectly. When you put the foundation over top, it's going to do that job for you. Now, every woman's biggest concern is the dark circles underneath the eyes. And that one is a really tricky one because the skin underneath here is very sensitive, so you don't want to put harsh things on there, otherwise it will just get more irritated and inflamed. Also, it tends to get really cakey under there because we do have lines, natural lines from squinting or whatever. So don't use a highly oily makeup base underneath there. One little trick that I do recommend is using a pink cream, light cream, and just go in only where it's dark. Don't highlight the parts where it's light. All it's going to do is make it look even worse if you do that. Just get the parts that are dark under there. And then use a cover-up that's one shade darker than your natural color and go over top of that as well. Look up for me. Never tug the eyes. Very sensitive skin under there. And that's why we often have crow's feet too early on, is from tugging our eyes too much. Here's the darker color underneath. So then I'm just going to use a light foundation, very light foundation. This isn't something you want to use for a night out on the town because it's not going to give you the coverage that you want. But it's also not going to clog your pores nearly as badly. And you're going to have a lighter feel. Don't forget to come underneath the chin a little bit. Everyone's always worried about that line on the chin. That's because often we don't bring our makeup far enough down. The great thing about doing makeup underneath the chin is that you actually don't have to apply a lot. It naturally blends very easily. So just bring it down and just pull downward a little bit. If you want heavier coverage, you want to use a smaller brush. It can be a big brush, but what you want is the bristles to be tight. Because what that's going to do is it's going to focus where the powder is going. If you want a lighter finish, then you're going to use the big brushes. So you just lightly use this in circles. That's all you really need to do. You're just blending it into the hairline, blending it upward. And that just sets the look. It helps keep the color in. It is very easy to put too much powder on though. So if you do find yourself feeling really powdery, one great little technique a wonderful makeup artist taught me was just take a little bit of toner, spritz it on the face, and just tap your face lightly, just kind of get the makeup to set in. For this purposes, I'm going to use a fixative, which is going to keep that makeup on her. So go ahead and close your eyes for me.